You can save a lot of money importing a Leaf, or most cars, from Japan. So a 24 kilowatt Leaf in Perth is about $25,000. If you import it, it would be around $15,000. A 30 kilowatt Leaf in Perth is about $30,000. If you import it, it's about $20,000. A 40 kilowatt Leaf in Perth is about $45,000, and if you import it, it's around $35,000. So basically, you would save $10,000 on most imported Nissan Leafs. And this is the process. So there are a number of good importers across Australia, and these are the three I'm most familiar with: JSpec Imports, Iron Chef Imports, and Prestige Motorsport. Prestige are in Perth. All of these guys, they deal with everyone across Australia. Each of them have a really good bunch of tools on their site. For instance, Iron Chef Imports, their blog is brilliant, and the import process as well is very, very useful. Prestige Motorsports have a really good auction, so you can actually search the current Japanese car auctions. So you may know that I personally think 2016 onwards, maybe 2016 to 2019, 30 kilowatt Leafs, for instance, well, for me, they were the best bang for buck. So go down, select Leaf, and there's a lot of my old car was Nissan Cube, absolutely brilliant, but not electric, unfortunately. So yeah, go down to select Leaf, if I can remember in the alphabet where L is. And the one good thing this one has is a grade. So basically, starts off with R, repaired, which you don't want to bring into Australia, down to 1, 2, 3, 3.5. These are the different quality grades. Most people stick with 4 and 4.5 to have a search for, because that just means a lot less repair work or scratches or dents, etc. that you need to do when you bring it to Australia. So we give it a search. Let's go for all colors. So in this case, it's found 9. ZE1 is snuck in there. That's probably 40 kilowatt. And for currency and converter, go to Google currency, and roughly 100,000 yen is equal to $1,000. Okay, so this 980,000 yen, that'll be roughly, basically nearly $10,000 for that car. Same for that one. This one's about 6,800, etc. You get the idea. So 1,080,000, that would be 10,100 roughly. And then obviously you look into each one of these and it will give you some more details and more pictures. And pretty much the same kind of thing over JSpec Imports. Now JSpec has got really good info base with different models. So if you ever want to do some research and you don't know much about the Leaf, then you can go here, just wait for it to do its thing. You can even choose a tribute like hybrid EV fuel economy from Nissan. And we have these. Now the ZE1 is the more recent one, 40 kilowatt onwards, and the 24 and the 30 kilowatt is the AZEO. And if you're interested in MV200, that's a van, and Minicab MEV is also a little van, but it's only got about 100k range. So in this case, let's have a look at the AZE0, and it will give you lots of information about that and the different models, some different images, etc. The one I imported for about $9,800 at auction was the Aero style. I'll show you some pictures of that. And of course, the other thing you can do in JSpec is have a look at the auctions as well, so upcoming auctions. And again, we'll go Nissan, wait for it to do its thing, and then Leaf, AZE0, and it will tell us any second what may be coming up at auction soon. And some of these cars obviously will be the same ones that come up on the the other auction results from Prestige. There you go. So I can't see any arrows on there at the moment. They've got a different front end. Oh, there you go. So this is exactly the same as mine. 100,000 yen start price, grade 4, 106,000 Ks. Mine was about 70. And again, you get different images as you go through of what this particular beast looks like, and the tech inside, features, and it can print as well. These cars do everything. And often you get this one, which is the Japanese auction sheet. Tells you what's good and what's bad about this any particular car. And I would get to Google Translate on your phone, download the picture, get Google Translate, and try and see what it actually says, if you're really that interested. And yeah, so basically some information down there, etc., etc. And if you want to say, okay, well, my maximum budget for getting into Australia is $20,000, and the compliance for Perth is $2,500. Can I afford it? So that's the maximum bid I can go for, is $1,150,000, which is, $11,500. And they'll give you a bit of an idea, not an exact idea, but it'll give you a bit of an idea of what the costs are, and even your estimated registration costs in WA. $550 stamp duty. So there you go. These sites are a valuable resource, and I urge you to check them out. The import agent will sort everything out for you for about $1,100. So they'll get a car inspected at auction, send you the photos so you can decide whether you want to bid on it and how much. They'll get the car on the boat to you and then to your city and get it through customs and help you get it complied. Quite a lot, really, and well worth $1,100. One thing that is worth mentioning is that the import process means you don't pay all at once. It's a staggered payment process. So you pay the import agent $1,100, then wait for days or weeks for the right car to come up at auction, which you hopefully will win. Then you pay for the car you bought at auction. For instance, I paid $9,800 at auction for my 2016 30 kilowatt Aero Leaf. Then you wait some weeks, or months in my case, due to COVID delaying everything, to get your car on a ship and pay a few grand to the shipping company. A month or two later, your car will arrive in port and you pay a couple more grand to go through customs. Then a month later, you pay a couple of grand for compliance. And then you collect the car from compliance to get it licensed and insured. Due to the COVID shipping delays along the way, my Leaf was bought on the 23rd of September 2021 and was licensed on the 12th of April 2022, so nearly 7 months. In normal times, it would only be about 3 or 4 months at most. Make sure you check with your import agent on what the current durations are. Your import agent will keep an eye out for the car within your budget and specifications, including the auction quality, ask you about any that they spot, which match what you're looking for, and if you're interested, they'll get it inspected and send you a ton of photos and a screen grab of the battery health via Leaf Spy. For instance, I wanted a Leaf with 11 bars, but the one I bought had just gone into 10 bars, 77%, so it wasn't far off, so I took the punt. Bid on the car and buy it. So you need to set up an OzForex account before you bid on the car. Your agent will walk you through this. When you do win the car, you then transfer the money to the auction house in Japan. The agent then sends the car off to get shipped. It may be waiting for a week or two, or in my case months, before being loaded on a car carrier. Make sure you have all the paperwork signed for the shipping company, usually AutoHub, and the compliances, as they need to order the compliance plate from Canberra. And once the car is landed, it goes through customs and you pay the GST. Then it's off to the compliance workshop. In a few weeks, you get some paperwork from the compliancer to take to the licensing department to register the car in your name and pay the road license fees. Enjoy saving a lot of money on fuel and maintenance and the feeling of doing something positive for the environment. Also that feeling as you drive past petrol stations and think of the poor people having to pay at least $2 a litre to power their stink cars. And there you go, the quick and dirty guide to importing your own EV or any car from Japan.